Shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, please.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm going to deal with the topic Pre-Raphaelite poetry, a revolution in art and literature. So, here is a table of content. Here is my academic information, and I'm going to begin with introduction. The Pre-Raphaelite poetry movement emerging in mid 19th century in England. Basically, it was a time of Victorian era. Was closely associated with the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, a group of artists and writers who sought to revive the purity and detail of medieval art, reacting against industrialization and the rigidity of Victorian tradition. This poetry embraced a theme of romanticism, nature, and medievalism while emphasizing vivid imagery, sensuality, and emotional depth. So here is first we going to discuss the basic background of pre-Raphaelite poetry. So we have to know what is a pre-Raphaelite brotherhood. So the pre-Raphaelite brotherhood, later known as the pre-Raphaelites, was a group of English painter, poets, and arts critics. It was founded in 1848 by William Holman Hunt, John Everest Millais, Dante Gabriel Rossetti, William Michel Rossetti, James Collinson, Frederick George Stephen, and Thomas Woolner, who form a seven-member brotherhood. Later follow of a principle of the brotherhood include Edward Burne-Jones, William Morris, and John William Waterhouse. So among seven, and these three are the group of 10 people who lead the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Then there is a general feature of the Pre-Raphaelite poetry. So what Pre-Raphaelites believe in art of poetry. So first is art for art's sake. The Pre-Raphaelite had a no moral. They were above all artists, and art was their religion. So basically, Victorian novelist or writer wrote on what is the reflection of era, but pre-Raphaelites believed that this poetry should be art for art's sake. They held the conviction that art is for art's sake. They had no concern either for a domestic idea or with the scientific and philosophical problem. Then second is a music and melody. This poet paid a great attention to music and melody, a vowel called to consonant and consonant to consonants, and this link often seems stronger than the link of thought or imagery. So they follow a music structure in poetry basically. Rossetti being a great melodist, carefully chosen word for their melodious and musical quality. Swinburne is considered as the singing good among the pre-Raphaelites. Then there is a medievalism, chivalry and romance, the magic and superstitions of the Middle Ages inspired the pre-Raphaelites poets. So basically, they want to return to medievalism because at the age of Victorian, they have to wrote on uh, what is a social structure of that era. So they follow romantic poets and medievalism. Rossetti, Morris, and Swinburne, the three representative poets of the school, made ample use of medieval imaginary, a medieval legend, and medieval idea in their work. Rossetti's The Blaise Demoiselle breathed the medieval atmosphere. So basically, Blaise Demoiselle written by Rossetti, and in that poem, he described that how many flower in the demoiselle's hand and how many star in her hair. So it reflects the medievalism. Fourth is an extension of romantic revival. The sensuousness of Keats' poetry had influenced the pre-Raphaelite poetry to a greater extent. Thus, the pre-Raphaelite movement can be considered as the continuation of romanticism of the early 19th century. So, the Victorian time is basically the uh, time after romantic. So, it reflects the characteristic of romanticism. Then pictorial quality. The pre-Raphaelite poetry abound in vivid and sensuous world picture. The aim of this poet was to create the effect of landscape painting in poetry. So basically, Rossetti is a good artist and a poet. So images and a picture are reflect in her poetry, and many other poet are also artists. So they want to effect of landscape and painting in poetry. Rossetti's poetry is the most pictorial of all the pre-Raphaelite poets. Then six is a symbolism. Another remarkable characteristic of this school was its love of symbolism. Rossetti learned this secret from Dante. Morris and Swinburne abundantly use symbolism. Then there is a prominent figure of poetry. So we all know the Cavalier poets and Romantic poets and Victorian poets, and also these pre-Raphaelite poets are important. So first is a Dante Gabriel Rossetti, central figure of the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, balance visual and literary art. And these are the themes they basically deal with: medievalism and sensuality and spirituality, theme of love, beauty, and loss, use of rich imagery and symbolism. And here is major work: the Blessed Damozel, Jenny, the House of Life. Then second is a Christina Rossetti, a devotional poet, a laser involvement in the artist aspect of the moment. Then she deal with the theme of religious devotion, morality, and societal critique. Theme of renunciation, love and redemption, focus on simplicity and emotional depth. And here her major work, Goblin Market, In the Bleak Midwinter, and Rambler. Another one is Algernon Charles Swinburne, poet and critic, though not official part of the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. He was closely associated with its theme and ideals. So he not attached with the art and painting of that pre-Raphaelite poetry, but his poem reflect what pre-Raphaelites follow. So he deal with the theme of eroticism, classical mythology, and nature. A passionate, lyrical, and highly musical style, often controversial for his exploration of taboo topics. And his major works are Atlanta in Caledon, a poem and ballads, Dolores, significant prominent figure of pre-Raphaelites is William Morris, a poet, designer, and craftsman, a Renaissance man who work across art and craft as well as literature. And he deal with the theme of medievalism and romanticism, influenced by Arthurian legend and Norse mythology, advocate for a beauty in art and life through societal idea. And major works are The Defense of Guinevere and other poem, and The Earthly Paradise. Then not everyone of that time accept the criticism. So there are many in favor of pre-Raphaelite and many against the pre-Raphaelite. So here is some argument or criticism. So according to Matthew Arnold, the pre-Raphaelite poem are full of color, but it is a color that is too thick, too heavy. It is an art of an inward lingerer and leaves no room for the spiritual idea or beauty. So Matthew Arnold basically want to say that there is a no rational thinking or societal reflection. So he described pre-Raphaelite as a no space for a spiritual idea or beauty. Then George Bernard Shaw, the pre-Raphaelite poets are the pupil of an artifice. They have got their virtue and sensibility from a prettified word. They don't understand that art is not just about decoration. So George Bernard Shaw basically wrote a novel on Victorian era's societal reflection. So he also rejects the structure of pre-Raphaelite poetry. Then William Morris, we wish for a return to the art of truth in which both beauty and the craft of making things are closely linked. So William Morris was happy that reflection of romanticism is there. Then John Ruskin, I believe the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood have done us all a service, and that the force of movement will be felt for long after we are gone. So that's a criticism. And finally is a conclusion. The pre-Raphaelites poet brought a revolutionary aesthetic to Victorian literature by emphasizing symbolism, sensuality, a return to nature, and medieval idea. While they face criticism for their escapism and emotional excess, their innovative approach to language, imagery, and theme left a profound impact on subsequent movement like a symbolism, modernism, and the aesthetic movement. Today, their legacy endured through their exploration of beauty, spirituality, and the human condition, which continue to inspire poets, artists, and readers worldwide. So it left the legacy, great legacy that used by today's world. And finally, is my references. And now you are free to ask question.
Krishna, my question is, how did the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood impact English literature?
So it majorly impact English literature by reviving the idea of romanticism, medievalism, and again imagery reflect in their poetry.
So, Krishna, my question is, what is the key themes commonly found in pre-Raphaelite poetry?
So as I mentioned that pre-Raphaelites want to follow romanticism and medievalism, so they follow the themes of romanticism like imagination, what they actually image. So imagery, symbolism, mythology. These are the main theme of poetry. So thank you.